What's up, party people? It's KeysDAN with RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com, coming to you live and in living color from the Radio What studios. And this is my podcast, What Makes You Famous? It's an extension of the RadioWhat.com internet radio station that I've been running for quite some time. And if you need DJ services, where do I always send you? DJLittleRock.com. One more time. DJLittleRock.com. Check availability and get a free price quote, and maybe you can have me at your next event. You know I like to party with the people. The people need to be entertained. Are you not entertained? Let me entertain you. Speaking of entertainment, today on the program, I got Kphu Shameer. Oh, you might have heard that name, Kphu Shameer. You're going to hear a little bit more about Kphu Shameer in the next few minutes, so stick around. This week's shows, I have my one public show, my faithful Friday night gig at the Rab in Conway, Arkansas, the Video Dance Party Karaoke Jam. Yes, I said karaoke. You're the stars of the show. It's a little concert starring each and every one of you. All you got to do to be a star is sign up for karaoke. It's easy. And I said Video Dance Party, so you know all the people that I've talked to throughout the week on the What Makes You Famous podcast. I usually try to feature at least one or two songs if I'm talking to a music artist. And I like to tell people at the club about all the people that I've been talking to on What Makes You Famous. So see, spread the word. Spread the word. And, Saturday I have a wedding. Oh, I know. You can't come to the wedding unless you're invited. But let me tell you more about the Rab. I'm sorry. I got on a tangent. The Rab on Friday night, 8 p.m. until 12:30 in the morning. And that's in Conway, Arkansas, the Rab, R-A-B. Video Dance Party, Karaoke Jam, full bar, kitchens open, pool tables, pool tournament on Friday night. So if you want to try your hand at playing pool and possibly make some money, I encourage you to come out to the Rab, Conway, Arkansas. Yeah, come on out. Play with us. All right, that's enough intro. Let's get into it with Kphu Shameer. I got him on Skype, so if you're listening to the audio version, I encourage you to check out the video version on my YouTube page, youtube.com/user/KeysDAN, and you'll see him right there next to me. Skyping Kphu Shameer now. Look at better? You fitting in my broadcast software, looking so good.
Yeah,
Kphu, is it Shameer?
Yeah, Kphu Shameer.
Man, that is fantastic. I've been looking forward to talking to you for a while now, man, and I've been listening to some of your music. You are something special. Definitely in the hip hop genre for sure, and you have something to say. That's something that we just don't have a lot in today's hip hop. In today's freestyles, it seems like it's the same thing. You're talking about girls, money, drugs, and that's it. I mean, it's very little else. You sound like you're telling a story when you.
I'm trying to tell the real life situations for people that's in the struggle, whether you're in the inner city or whether you're in the hood or whether you coming from poverty. I'm just trying to tell those real life stories that you see every day, those life situations. So I always consider my rap music as just life situations. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I try to bring to the table.
Well, I miss storytellers, man. I miss Tupac and Biggie and the people that told stories. And even before that, Curtis Blow and a lot of times it was pretty. It was pretty basic. I'm the best from the east to the west. I got the biggest mouth from the north to the south. It was pretty basic back in the 80s when I was first becoming known, before hip hop got under my radar. But then in the 90s, it felt like the stories started to come. And I think people got pulled away from that. Where did you grow up and where did you first find your love for the hip hop and the rap?
I grew up in South Central LA, so South Central Los Angeles. So my situation was, dealing with the everyday street life situation around the hood. which isn't that great. So you have to grow up tough early to survive what's out there once you leave that door out of your home, because reality kicks in real fast when you're growing up. So I was able to learn quickly how to survive what we call the jungle, or the wolves that are out there to eat you alive.
Man, I grew up in Miami, and I feel like there was bad parts and good parts. There's always, when you're a little kid growing up in the city, you could find some fun, you could find some love, you could find some good times. But, I know that sometimes people dwell on the bad times, man. But I see a smile on your face. For the people that are listening to the audio version of this, I assure you, Kphu is a smiler. He's grinning through it, whether he's having problems or not. Everybody's got problems. And I think there was an old saying that I remember. If you threw your problems if everybody threw their problems in a circle, you would probably go ahead and grab your problems back after seeing what everybody else is going through as well. So
I agree. I agree.
I figure you've gone through some stuff. I mean, shoot, we all have growing up. I had a single mom. I mean, tell me about your family life. A little Kphu growing up in Los Angeles, man. LA.
South Central, West Side. You know what I'm talking about. I grew up in a single mother home too. Older brothers, older sisters. The mother was the backbone of the family. Of course, my uncle was the male figure, what I used to call my male figure, like a father figure, because he used to come by, also discipline us as well when we acting up out there, and mom can't handle us. Then uncle would come by and discipline the situation as well. My uncle, he was Muslim, so I got the Muslim teaching on his end. My mother was into the Bible, so I got her end. So I got an earful on both sides of it. So I understood everybody's perspective. You know what I mean? But the life itself taught me how to endure the real problems once you grow up as a teenager, which you got to deal with out there, and as an actual adult. So it kind of molded me into dealing with the problems more better than just doing a Kurt Cobain type situation. I didn't want to be one of those type of, So I able to deal with all the problems and make a better situation out of how to get out of that problem. Music was like an outlet, because when I was young, my brother, my older brother used to listen to Tupac consistently. He's a diehard Tupac fan, right? And I was a little kid then, and I fell in love with what Tupac was trying to say. I kind of got it right away. It made sense to me when he was doing music. So I started listening to his music as I grew up, religiously, and that's probably a big influence on my music career is Tupac, and also the late great Nipsey Hussle as well, because Nipsey is really my age group. I'm 33. He died when he was 33. So, those are my influence as far as the.
Kphu, you're talking about these greats that they burned like a roaring flame and then burned out quickly. How do you navigate through that business? All right. The conspiracy that Tupac, maybe he said too much when he was doing his rhymes. Maybe he named names. He said situations. He started talking too much. Right. Do you think that's what did him in, or do you think it was a complete accident?
I you know what it is? I think it was a lot of jealousy. And unfortunately, when you get some type of level of success, you got that negative part of it where there's a lot of jealousy that don't want to see you get that success. And if you're speaking with a lot of sense, like Tupac was doing, he spoke a lot of sense in music. Some people feel threatened by that because he's going to influence what I call the not so smart people to wake up and be smart about a lot of different things. So he probably got certain people uncomfortable in very high places. And he also got people uncomfortable in very low places. You know what I mean? So I think that's what happened with Tupac. Because he had a brilliant mind, very brilliant mind that he had. And I think if he was still alive now, I guess he'd be, 50, maybe, something like that. He probably would have went into more politics his damn self. You know what I mean?
Sure, you're probably right. Now, you're talking about about Tupac, and I'm not saying he was a prophet, and I'm not saying he wasn't a prophet. He might have been a prophet of today. And you were talking about your mom talking the Christian Bible in one ear, and your uncle talking the Quran in the other ear. I'm familiar with the Christian Bible. I was born in a Catholic, and I went through my phases trying to find my way: Baptist church, Southern Baptist, Black Baptist, Jewish girls. I never got really much into the Quran. I dealt with some of the Muslim girls when I was in college and stuff, but I never really got the teachings of the Quran. But I'm sure, whether you believe or not, there's some good words in there. There's some good teaching in there.
Good teaching. I'll be honest with you, Dan.
Yeah.
I felt more attached or more in love with the teachers of Islam, with the Quran, than I did with the Holy Bible, with Christianity. I did fall more in love with that.
Well, tell me, what's your basic? I know we're not going to get all the mysteries solved of the Bible and the Quran, but what's your basic split between the two? I never really did go to mosque. I'd like to go check out a mosque or two and maybe see what it's all about. Even at this age, I'm always searching.
It teaches to me. It teaches more love and compassion in the Quran, and it teaches the Most High, which is God, is the whole Creator. Versus, I guess, with Christianity, you talk more about Jesus getting you to the Most High, to God. You got to go through Him to get to God. But the Quran is really you and your relationship with the Most High, with the God, which is Allah. So you got more connection with the higher being. So. Okay, that makes sense to me.
Well, no, I get Allah is the top dog, and then Muhammad is like his prophet, his main prophet, right? Yeah. And that's pretty much all I got. And I know that there has to be teachings of love and understanding, just like any Bible, or any teachings of religion. You're trying to make sure that people live and walk the right way. And even if you don't have religion, I encourage you to walk and talk and help your fellow man. Definitely, take care of yourself, make sure that you're all straight, and then take care of your brother right next to you, your sister right next to you. That's what we should be doing. You're
supposed to be the ones that are in need. Like a lot of people, they throw their nose up or they shun a lot of those homeless people in different states or cities or countries. They thumb them down, whatever, stick their nose up, whatever, or they're judging. That's not what Quran is about. It's about helping those in need. So that's what I identify with that, because I'm more like, if I see someone in need, I'm ready to help right away. I want to, so I guess that's why I do this music stuff, because I want to talk about those people in those dark places, the real life, those homeless people out there struggling. I want to be a voice for them. Those people in the inner city that's struggling day to day with low wages and dealing with poverty, I want to be a voice for them. Stuff like that. Real life situations is what my music is all about. So, and then later on, hopefully, I can be a humanitarian, give money to those causes, to those people in need. So that's what I'm about. That's what Kphu Shameer is all about.
Well, I think about people like that give back to the communities that they're from. Never forget where you came from. I guess one of the most recent things, when Drake had a music video that was they gave him like almost $1 million, and he made the video on a shoestring budget and gave all that money away. That brings light to.
Hey, I respect stuff like that, but that's being real.
Yeah, but then you realize he's Canadian. That may not happen to an American. Americans hold their money tight, man. Canada's a whole nother situation up there, man. But I appreciate what he did for sure. And I appreciate it, man.
I thought that was impressive, But you're right. As Americans, we put a high value on the dollar. So if you make a lot of money, they look at you differently. They love you. You know what I mean? Even though they may talk, that little slick shit about you behind your back, but when you come around, everybody's in your face smiling. You know what I mean? But it's fake love.
Well, I mean, as a DJ, I play music videos on the weekends when I do my things at the clubs on Friday, and then weddings and parties on Saturdays. I play music videos, and a lot of times they want hip hop. They want something with a beat with some bass. But all the music videos, you see, it's was it big booty girls and throwing money and big cars. But if you're making a video, and I did check out your YouTube a little bit, there is some good content there, but you really haven't made too many music videos. It's been your music over a static picture. But if you were going to make a music video, what kind of music video would you make out of say your newest song, California Dreamin's?
California Dreamin'. We scheming. I mean, that's all about the California lifestyle in the city of LA, through all through those hoods in South Central, Inglewood, Compton, Watts. It's those black folks' daily lifestyle that they're going through every day, and that's what it was all about. And also those Mexicans as well out there in the inner city along with us. So it was about the lifestyle that we deal with every day. So my whole video would just be simple. It'll take the camera, film through all the areas in LA, through the hood, through the west side, through the east side, and then even go there to Hollywood and see how they get down out there in Hollywood. Just roll the camera and then rap. It'd be real simple. So it'll show all the lifestyles, everybody's culture. It also show those beautiful females too. They're gonna be up in there, and it's that 420 smoking that good California Kush. See, California Dreaming is about the lifestyle. It's that 420. It's being happy, being free that day, and you're going through the whole city smoking on that weed, trying to bag you a fine ass female. You just see the whole culture in that video. That's all California Dreaming is all about. It's about that 420. You know what I mean?
Amazingly enough, Kphu Shameer, the last podcast that I had was talking to a gentleman that calls himself the hemp guru, and he's out there I guess he's in Northern California. I guess it's what's it called, Live Oak, maybe up there.
Okay.
He lives up in the north, but he's talking about it, and from what I understand, I don't have a lot of experience with marijuana. I said the bad word, cannabis. Cannabis. Yes.
Yeah.
Kush.
Hey, man, it's a lifestyle in California. Our whole state is legal. We smoke weed just like cigarettes.
Like
it's
out in the streets? Like you can walk down the street?
Yeah. You walk down the street. No one time, which is police don't harass you because it's legal. So everybody, I don't care what race you is. If you come up in California, you're gonna be smoking some Kush.
Man.
Or you're gonna be wearing your Chucks, them Chuck Taylors on your feet, because that's a lifestyle for us out there, smoking that Kush, smoking that weed, rocking our Chuck Taylors on our feet, them Chucks on our feet, rocking them Dickies. I'm talking about. So that's California.
Man, I hope the Chucks are a whole lot more comfortable than when I was in the 80s, in the early 80s. Man, I begged my mom for $11 Converse. Come on, Mom, take me to J. Byron's, which is our local department store. Come on, $11. That's all I need, $11. Imagine me, a little 14-year-old snot-nosed kid trying to get $11 out of my mom. She said, no, we're going to the grocery store. You're getting those $2 Bobos. They cost $1.49 to make you feel fine.
Hey, man, you can go to any WSS store, footwear store. You can get all those Chuck Taylors, two for $60, different color pairs. So everybody goes to the WSS store, get those deals on those Chuck Taylors, in California. So,
well, I finally did get those Chucks, man, and they were so uncomfortable. They hurt my feet. I wore them to prom. I had some pink ones and some purple ones and some white ones and some black ones and some checkered ones. And I bought a bunch of them, and they hurt my feet, man. I think I wore them each maybe one time saying, well, maybe these will be all right. I hope they got some padding on them now. I really do.
Yeah, they got padding. I mean, whether you're rocking the blue, black, white, red, whatever you're rocking, purple, green, whatever you're rocking with Chuck Taylor. Well, they're nice, comfortable now.
I had those original Michael Jordans back in the 80s too. They were mostly red with black and white, and then I had some mostly white with black and red. And from what I understand, Michael Jordan, when he was going for his 6th ring, he went back to his original shoes, and his feet were bleeding by the end of the game, because those things had almost no padding, in comparison to the newer versions that came out years later. But man, shoes, man, I could talk about shoes. I walk a lot. I spend my whole day walking outside, trying to get some air, trying to get some exercise, trying to get some of this fat off my body. And I got to have some good shoes, man. I know the Nikes, the Monarchs seem to fit me real good. I have a wide feet as well. I don't know how we got on shoes, man, but I like it. I like it, man. So you're wearing your Chucks out there. Represent.
I wear my Chucks, I wear my Taylors, I wear my Chucks. I rock those Nikes. I also rock some Timbs. Wallabies, I always rock a couple of shoes for my foot, but my main pair of shoes is definitely Chuck Taylors. It's some Chucks, and then I slide into some Nikes. Yep, that's how I get down.
All right, Kphu Shameer, I definitely want Chuck Taylor to go ahead and get sponsor you,
Chuck Taylor.
Sponsor Converse, you, get in your corner, put your face on a shoe. People want to get those Kphu Chucks. Now,
that'll be nice.
Now, is Kphu your birth name, or is that something that you took later?
Yeah, it was given to me by my grandmother. She gave me Kphu. Shameer's the last name, but my grandmother and mother named me Kphu because it stood for something. It stood for Kingdom of People Highly United. So that's what Kphu stands for.
Oh, so, I like that. When you say what's in a name, you take a name and you give somebody all right, because I think Daniel, which is my real name, the EL is something to do with God, but it's like a power of God or God, fights, something like that. But I know that if you give somebody a name that has power, that has meaning to it, it gives them like a leg up. And I think you took that and you ran with it.
And I ran with it.
Yeah.
I took Kphu because everybody was, at first they came, they don't really know what I'm saying, or they're like, what do you say? What do you say? So they gotta ask you again. So you never forget the name. So that's why I say, okay, Kphu Shameer. Well, what do it mean? I said, well, it's Kingdom of People Highly United, because that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to unify these people in the deep hoods there, and so we can get this paper. Because at the end of the day, economics is the main focus of really growing as a people. It's getting our economics right. So, that's what Kphu is about: getting that economics right, getting that bag, and unifying us. You know what I'm saying? And that should be the goal. You know what I mean? Not tearing each other down. So, that's what that name does bring power. And my grandmother used to, instill that in my ear, have me reading lots of books. Couldn't leave out the house till I finished the books. With the hard-headed ones out there.
Well, saying your name kind of reminded me when I was a snot-nosed kid in Miami, and I'm riding my bike down the street, and people on the corners would be like, they would call me, my nickname back then was Hey Foo. They'd be like, Hey Foo.
yeah. A lot of Mexicans call themselves Foo.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking. I had a pretty good upbringing, when you're young and you're, trying to make your way in the city, hopefully you had a good group of friends that you could, call your own, maybe a little gang of friends that, and I say gang, I use the term loosely, maybe not a gang that's causing trouble gang, but a gang of friends, some people that you can hang out with. Did you find yourself playing outside, or do you play inside?
Yeah. I was out, man. I was outside every day. In the neighborhood. So I had a lot of close friends that want to do something with their lives. A lot of positive stuff. We played football. We played stickball at the park. We did a lot of stuff. And played games. Because as a kid you play all the type of games. You don't look at life as so detrimental, or you don't look at all the bad out there. You should remember good as a kid. So you just play with each other. You know what I mean? So I had a lot of great times coming up as a kid.
Well, Kphu, that's how you learn about life, man. That's how you network. That's your first instance when you're playing with your friends. That's how you learn how to be a good person in your community. And that's how, part of growing up. Now in school, I saw on your Facebook that you even went into some college. Did you do good in high school, and then you went into college?
Yeah, I graduated from high school. I graduated from Crenshaw High in LA, and then I went to University of Southern California as well, and I graduated with a BA as well, of business. So that's why I knew about the business, this independent stuff, to push my own stuff, because I went to college and learned the business side of it, how to run our own business. I'm just doing it independently, independent label. So it's gonna take me more time to get there versus that major label that has a hell of a big budget and also throw away. You know what I mean?
No, so, this podcast
is University of California.
No, this podcast, Kphu, is a learning podcast, and you're teaching people that they need to learn about the business side, because it's not show friends, it's show business, and people will eat you alive if you try to navigate this without any kind of knowledge. And so definitely learn, stay in school, learn things, learn how to be learn how to manage your money, learn how to manage your time. Don't let people take advantage of you. But from what I understand, you're on Apple iTunes, you're on Spotify, you're trying to sell your music that way. But from what I understand, even being in an independent, nobody's selling records anymore. Nobody's selling CDs anymore. Are you going out on stage? Do you get out in front of people? Can I go to a Kphu concert?
I'm gonna start doing some shows real soon, because that's where you really get your bag at. Because you're right, with all the internet streaming, the percentage of what they give you is so very low. You don't really get a nice bag going through Spotify's, Tidal's, Apple Music, Amazon, Pandora, and the rest of them, because it's such a very low percent of cent that they give you. You get your real bag when you step on stage and do those performances, because you get that money the same night. You know what I mean? So, yes, I'm focused on trying to do some shows. I'm trying to tell everybody that I do interviews with, tell the promoters to hit me in the DM and book me for a show. We'll come to wherever you're at, get on stage, show love back to the people. If the people in that area loving the music, we'll come there and do a show for them, period. Just make sure they have our money right when we show up. You know what I mean? That's it.
Well, Kphu, most people start, in their hometown. Or wherever they're living, and you being, like a hometown boy, you're from Compton, LA, in that area. You're born there, you're raised there, you live there, you've never moved away from there. Those people got to show you some love. Now, do you have places that you go where you can go play?
I've done a couple of shows around the clubs around LA. I've done a couple of shows at the festivals. Also done a couple of shows at the Leimert Park on the weekends. Because on the weekends on Leimert Park, they do a lot of business sales around the park, and they have music festivals where you can perform out there. So I've done a lot of that as well. I want to do more shows where there's more money involved, and I also want to do shows throughout the USA and even international. You know what I mean? Because I get a lot of love in a lot of different states in the USA, but a lot of different states and countries as well overseas. A lot of people love the music. A lot of people in my DM. I got over 103,000 followers now on Instagram.
Yeah, you might find that going out of the country, because I guess a SoundCloud rapper is a dime a dozen. People are making beats, people are making sounds, spitting out. But if you go to another place around the world where maybe it's not so prolific, you could be huge in Brazil. You could be huge in Japan. I think there was a record big in Japan. You can break into that Chinese market. Ukraine, they need some love over there. I think
they need some love too.
But
hey, Japan, be showing me a lot of love. Japan, Brazil, Germany, Italy, France, Netherlands, Canada. It's a lot of countries overseas be showing me love. India, you know what I'm talking about? Africa, that's a lot of people showing me a lot of love overseas. So I would love to get over there and get some of that back. Yeah, but that is a little bit more bigger.
But big picture, you're in your own backyard. And how come people won't show you some love in your own backyard? I mean, everybody starts in the same place, doing like a free show or an open mic. But what you could do, I mean, being in the music business, being in the entertainment business, it's a hustle. And what you could do is go to one of these clubs, one of these restaurants, and maybe start your own open mic. See if you can get a couple bucks to get other people to show up and provide some entertainment. And maybe you'll get paid to be the open mic guy. It's tough. It's a hustle, man. That's where everybody starts, is practically doing stuff for free until they make a name for themselves, and then they get then they get big. But I'm listening to your raps on YouTube and even on Spotify, and man, you're good. You're good. Who's all right? You said you were playing around town. Give shout outs to some of the places that you've been with, and who's making your beats? Are you making your own beats? Are you producing your own stuff?
Different producers produce my tracks. Man, I get so many tracks sent to my email from different producers all over the world. You know what I mean? Shout out to Alvin Rise. He's a producer out of Canada of that California Dreamin' track. He produced that. Shout out to Insane Beats out of he's out of Netherlands. He produced the Moonlight the Lovin' track. He produced the Still West Side track. He produced Hard Headed One track. The kid way out in the Netherlands. Shout out to the producer, my boy Legion Beats. He produced Dreams Come True track. He's up in the Bay. He's in San Fran. So I got different producers, man. You got a hot track and I'm feeling it. I don't care where you at. I'm gonna jump on it. You know what I mean? So I have a lot of different variety of tracks to jump on, because I got a lot of people sending it to me. So shout out to those producers: Legion Beats, Insane Beats, Alvin Rise, also my man Black Marshall. Also shout out to the kid, my boy Keys, Bones, and One Nation. So many different producers that send me tracks. So shout out to all of them.
Well, Kphu, you're already internationally known. You're known to rock the microphone because you get that
all day.
Man, I
just go in the studio when the music is playing. I let it play in my ears for maybe 30 minutes or an hour, and I just go in the booth and just record. I don't write shit down.
Okay.
I don't write nothing down.
Well, where's the booth? Do you have your own booth that you record your vocals at least?
Yeah, what I do, I go into professional studios around the city of LA. I book the time slot, so maybe I book it for maybe 12 hours, and I just go into that studio and just lay the songs down right away, lay the vocals down. Then I let the engineer mix and master it maybe another day. But I just go in and lay the vocals. Just go in and lay them down.
That sounds like it costs money. Hopefully that
it costs money now.
Yeah,
it definitely costs me some monay.
Hopefully that BA that you got.
I make sure it's hot when I finish. I make sure it's hot, because if it's not, then I just go and do it again. I'm trying my best not to push out no garbage. I got some new tracks I haven't even put up there on Spotify yet. Soul, hip hop, and attitudes. I'm not gonna put them up there because I'm gonna put those two on the album called Black Ghetto, Black Child's album. I'm gonna release that end of August. So you can get that album.
Wait a minute. So you're still making albums? I didn't think people made albums anymore. I thought it was all singles.
I make albums. Hey, man, I make albums out there, man. But I'm real about this music. I make albums.
Well, that's one thing I miss when I was growing up. I'd go to the record store, and I spent a lot of time at record stores looking at artwork, opening up the albums, checking out the liner notes, finding out more information about people, getting their stories. How did this song come about? I'd like to know those things. But you buy a single from Apple, you don't get that. You don't get the story, you don't get the bio, you don't get the artwork.
You'll get all the credits up there. I know what you mean.
Well, that takes more people. That takes more of a crew, more of a team for Kphu Shameer. You need an artist, you need a biographer, you need social media directors. You need.
Look, I'm a one-man team right now. I'm doing everything.
Yeah.
So until I grow into a mega, where I have all those people in place that can handle all this bullshit, and all I do is focus on that creativity of the music, like I really want to do, I'm gonna be something special to deal with.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you got people all over the world that are at least helping you to produce your songs, your tracks, which is great. That at least that's a part of the team. Now, once you get to this level, which if you already got over 10,000, people on Instagram, listening to, or following you. I mean, I'm looking, you got over 100, and you got 103,000 people, and you've done this all on your own.
On my own. I mean, independent.
I couldn't imagine if you had somebody backing you up. And I see you're a single man. You don't even have somebody that's helping you in your corner. You're finding love. We need to find some love for Kphu.
Yeah, you're right. Because Kphu Shameer loves the pussy. He loves the sexy females. He loves those sexy females in all different races.
Well, that's beautiful, man.
I've been so focused on the music that it takes a lot of time from that strong, committed relationship. So I don't really have that to give right now, but I do have time to give on some, some good times, because Kphu always needs some pussy. I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
Well, it takes a certain kind of person that can actually handle, being in a relationship with someone who's going all over the world. If they're not going to be able to come with you all the time. You're not going to be able to take you're not going to be able to take your lady friend with you all over the world, trying to, she's got to have, you got to have somebody that's stable enough to where she can take care of herself and still love a little Kphu.
And still be trustworthy. That's a lot for a female to trust, because you get a level of success comes with the fame, comes with a lot of females coming at you.
Yeah.
So a lot of females, they, it's hard for them to deal with that element of that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them don't trust. So, as soon as you can find a female that really trusts, that understands the element of the business, how it goes, then you can get in that committed relationship with her. And if none of that shit in your ear every 30 minutes when you trying to get this bag. So right now, I stay bachelor right now. So I have to, go through that right now. You know what I mean?
Well, Kphu, I've heard things. I've heard things about the University of Southern California. I've seen it in movies. Big party school. In addition to getting your BA, which is great. I mean, I'm sure you have times back then to where you got up on stage and thrown a few rhymes out there and get some notoriety as you were even going to school. And when you get out of school with a BA, did you go into business? Did you get a day job that helps you afford the night job?
Yeah. I tried a little day job at, what I call corporate America. Come in there, play their rules, their game, with suit and tie or casual wear. It just wasn't for me, Dan. Sitting in that computer cubicle all day and, hearing all the dumb shit in your ear in meetings, it wasn't satisfying for me. It was too boring for me, because I'm a very hyper-ass kid. Very hyper. I've always been hyper as hell. So it didn't work for me. So I just basically said, hell with that. I don't even want to do that. I'm just going to do my independent hustle, my own. And I got my own independent business, doing it myself to get the honest money. And I put that into the music. So that's what I've been doing, you know what I mean? Because I understand the business, I understand the numbers, you know what I mean? How to generate it and how to market it. I got that part of it.
Well, Kphu Shameer, it takes a lot for somebody to bet on themselves, to leave, a steady job, a steady gig, and to say, chuck it all, throw it all away and say, I'm going to bet on myself. I'm betting on Kphu, and I'm going to go off into the world and hustle. You're right. It is a hustle, man. Because once you're doing this show, you want to do this show so well that maybe 100 people in that crowd, maybe 50 of those people might hire you for the next show, and then the next show, and they tell two friends, and that's how it all works out. I mean, but exactly. It seems like, man, having 103,000 followers on Instagram, that's a big deal right now.
That's a big deal.
Are you able to?
I came for nothing to something, Dan. I'm proud of that right there.
Yeah.
Because I came for nothing to something, because I remember when I created the page, it was only 4 followers.
Yeah.
And now it's up to 103. So the music is definitely getting out there to the masses around the world, around the country, and people are liking what they hear. Now you want to turn all of them into consumers.
That's it.
buy the material. Go buy the material. Go stream it like crazy. Go buy the material. Get the promoters to book me so they can have that bag. So you want to turn everybody into consumers.
Well,
so
by that time, Instagram should be chasing you around to be some kind of an influencer. Because I know a lot of ladies and gentlemen that are out there on Instagram with their 50,000 followers or 20,000 followers, and they become mini influencers and make a couple bucks off of that. So you could parlay that while you're waiting for this music career. Well, you know, in conjunction, while you're doing the music career, you're making a video. Your music career, making a video, and maybe you're hawking. What was it we were talking about earlier? That your product. Oh yeah, your Chucks. You can say, hey, I got some new Chucks, and you can put that on your Instagram and maybe sell a couple of Chucks and get your check from Chuck.
Get my check from Converse. Tell them to cut the check.
For sure.
I'm gonna promote you on my platform, but you got to cut me a check to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely, man.
I get that right there. Facebook is sending me messages about that influencer stuff. I'm trying to put it together where there's certain sponsorships. They got the big budget already. They want to sponsor Kphu Shameer as well. So I've been reaching out to people as well, and Facebook has been reaching out to me about that influencer stuff as well. So they have.
Well, it sounds like
they need to give me my blue check though. They need to give me that blue check up there.
Man, that takes forever. It's so weird. I don't know about that blue check. Some people have 200 followers and have a blue check. Some people have 100,000 followers and have no blue check. What? Yeah. I don't know how it really works.
I don't get that part.
Yeah.
I think Facebook, to me, that's what I could be wrong, but I think until they see you on those national syndicated TV shows or networks, then they'll believe it. I think that's how they think up there in that Silicon Valley. I think. I could be wrong. But they should have been giving me my blue check, because I'm definitely a verified rap artist. You can Google me and see that I am a legitimate rap artist with actual music that's in stores all over the country. So I am a legitimate rap artist.
Man,
no doubt about it.
It is so weird, because 30 years ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation. There's no such thing as doing your own. If you wanted to do your own promotion, you'd hire a couple of girls to go stand on the corner with your flyers and say, hey, come to the Kphu show tonight, 8:00. Be there tonight, 10:00. And they're handing out flyers. Now you got to be your own. Your own promoter, your own, everything. You got to be so much. You got to be your, when I was a DJ starting out, I had 2 turntables and a microphone, and I barely used the microphone. Most of the time, all they wanted to do was hear music in the club. And every once in a while, I'd say 1 2 1 2, and I say, and that, something simple. And now I got to be the lighting guy. I got to be the promoter. I got to be the designer, the artist. Making my own flyers. You find yourself doing all of that?
Yep.
All on your own?
It's tough, man. The independent, I always tell people, the independent hustle, the independent grind, it is not easy at all. If they tell you that it's easy, they're not doing it. They're not doing it.
Yeah.
It's you got to do everything. It's a daily grind and hustle, trying to get out of the smoke, what I call the smoke. Because it's millions and millions of rap artists want to make it as rap artists. And then you got that small little major businesses that really run all the music, connections. And they got the billions and billions of dollars, right? So when you try to come in as an independent, you got to fight your way through all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Just get yourself seen or heard. You know what I mean? So, and I ain't talking about those, I'm not even going to get into the major radio stations, because all those guys are getting paid by the majors to play those artists' music. So they throwing them like 600,000, someone throwing them $1 million, someone throwing them 300,000 just to play the artist's record 10,000 times a day. You know what I mean?
I've worked for the big radio stations, big companies that have 200, 400 radio stations all across the country. And then I've worked for the mom and pop stations that maybe have 1 or 2. I enjoyed working for the mom and pops, because every time a new artist, especially in Miami, You know, a new artist would come to the studio and say, you know, and come and sit and talk with me for 15 minutes or a half hour or maybe even the whole hour and just chat with me on the radio. And they'd hand me their record and I'd take a listen to it and I say, I like it. And I was able to put it right on, you know, not no bureaucracy to where.
No bureaucracy bullshit.
Oh my gosh, man.
Man,
you know, I'm playing
full of shit, bro.
I'm playing Pitbull before he's Pitbull. You know, I'm playing music in Miami that, you know, I'm playing some new stuff from Slip and Slide. I'm playing Twista. I'm playing stuff that people hadn't heard of yet. This is back in the early 2000s and even the late 90s. And, you know, I had the ability, you know, I was the music, you know, coordinator. I was I could do that. But with these big, giant radio stations, I could feel your frustration with trying to deal with them, you know, because you got a good track.
It's on my nerves because I've been trying to get, you know, myself on daily rotation on my home city, mainstream top 40 radio station, real 92.3 LA with Big Boy in the morning show, which is the biggest syndicated show. It's huge, right? Yeah. And I've been trying my best to get my shit on rotation, and these fools won't even open the door. You know what I mean?
And you're handing them fully produced, clean radio edit,
clean
tracks,
radio versions. No cuss words in there. They're clean. It's so clean. You know, you can wipe a baby's ass right there. You know, on all those music that's ready for the radio. You know what I mean? You
gotta get that love,
but
man.
They won't even open the door. Luckily, radio stations like yourself and many others that gives independent rap artists or singers opportunity to be heard have been playing the music, you know, religiously, and I appreciate them. Now these major stations, you got I don't know what to do. I mean, I've been trying to get on that 92.3 LA for years. Play my shit, man. Play my shit. You know, well, you got to go through the program director. And that fool don't answer the phone. You know what I mean?
It feels like 92. I've been all over this country, and it feels like 92. That part of the band was made for hip hop and R&B because we got a 92 jams down here, and I think in Miami we had something like a 92. I don't know, streets 92. Oh, I think 92 is a place where the hip hop and R&B lives, man. That's the spot.
That's where the hip hop and R&B lives, man. Rap and hip hop and R&B lives on those, you know, those 92 stations, 90 stations. Some of the hip hop lives on those 100 stations, like 105.1 in New York, and then right here in LA, Power 106 plays hip hop and R&B all day as well. So
man, it used. And I know. Okay, you were talking earlier about payola, where people would pay $300,000 to get on rotation. They're paying the general manager, the CEOs or whatever. Yeah. Allegedly, I'm not saying it happened. Allegedly, but I know you know in the 50s.
No proof, but let's just say allegedly.
Well, in the 50s and 60s, it was proven. You know that people would say, "Hey, here's $10. Could you play this one time? No problem." And they you know they put it on one time for the one time. And oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. And that's the advantage of having you know, maybe a big record label behind you, but they're going to take a big giant cut of all your money.
You broke. They're going to try to leave you broke. You're doing all the hard work. You the one who got all the talent.
Yeah.
All they're doing is marketing.
Oh, once again,
put the product together.
People back in the 50s and 60s working 8 shows a week with $20 in their pocket. You know, I think about James Brown, you know, and I think about those guys that were working so hard and not making any money, man. I mean, it wasn't until people like maybe Quincy Jones, maybe Stax Records, you know, maybe you know, that Motown. They were trying to change it a little bit, but still they took their cut. You know,
they
still took their cut. America, man,
they're straight raping you.
Capitalism.
I can't have them to play me like no sucker like that. I can't have them rape me like that. That's the reason why I wanted the independent move and grind, because I didn't want to get raped money wise. You know, you do all the hard work, you put everything together, and all they got to do is just market it, and then they'll tell you, well, you know, we're going to give you this much off the CD sales or the streams, whatever the case may be. We're only going to give you this much. Well, you know what I'm saying? And so it doesn't make sense to me.
If people look up,
So,
Kphu Shameer, they're gonna find you all over social media. But they're also
all
gonna
over.
find the Instagram. Now that's Blackstock_records. Now, what is Blackstock Records? Why that name, and when did that start happening?
Yeah, I named it, Black Stock Records because it was all about black wealth. The economics. Stocks. A lot of people put value in stock owning, right? So I was like, well, I'm really about this black wealth and owning something. But so let's just call it Blackstock_records. So I started calling my label Black Stock Records. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what that's all about. But yeah, that's my only Instagram page. It's Black_records. With the S behind the D. Don't follow any other Kphu Shameer because I see these other false pages up there act like they me. That's not me on Instagram at all. The only Instagram page that's mine is Blackstock_records.
All
because
right.
you're gonna see me do some live feeds. You're gonna see me doing live feeds up there to the fans.
Good to know.
Don't follow nobody else up here.
Now, Kphu Shameer, you're not only producing yourself, but you're also producing other artists. You're bringing up the next generation. Tell me about some of the other artists that you're trying to produce.
Yeah. I got my man Spook, Kid Folk on the song, that hot fire single "Dreams Come True." They down with me. Spook is a talented rap artist that's from LA too. So is Kid Folk. These are cats that I know, so I put them on because I knew they had talent. This record came across my email, and immediately in my head I thought about Dreams Come True, about our struggle trying to get to the wealth, our struggles believing in ourselves. No matter what, they apply yourself. So that song came together real quickly. Dreams Come True. I called them in and said, I want you guys to jump on this record. This record right here is fire. And they laid it down. I laid it down, and it's been a hit. Dreams Come True has been a hit all over the country. People are loving that record. You know what I mean? My man Kphu on the California Dreaming is another rap artist that I met through Trend City Radio. I saw him a lot in their feeds, and I saw some talent in him. Saying he happened to be from Compton, so I reached out to him and said, "Hey man, I want you on this record with me called California Dreaming," and he came through and he laid his verse down. He did a great job on it, and I'm really proud of that single. I really love that record, California Dreaming, because it's
I see it's something that you put out.
It's really just a 420 record.
Yeah. You put it out maybe 3 months ago. I mean, you've been on YouTube at least for 6 years, so you've been really going hard at this for at least the last 6 years. Trying to get this off the ground, which is great, man. And you're already bringing up the next generation. And if you already have other people that are coming with you, I could see a little festival happening. I could see something going on. Maybe a Blackstock Records festival right there in your hometown of Compton. On the west side.
It'll be LA because I'm from LA South Central, so it'll be right there in LA. The festival. Kphu, he's from Compton. Spook and Kid Folk, they from LA like me. So but it'd be lovely to do a festival right there in the city. That'd be real. And have everybody come out and support us. That'd be great. Also I got another artist that I haven't put out there yet. My man Drez. He's a Spanish kid. I'm gonna do something with him later on. My man, shout out to my man Drez. I'm always Blackstock Records camp, so that's what I'm looking for.
All right. Well, you're starting to break up a little bit. I think moving around, you got a lot of energy. You're getting a little hyperkinetic, a little hyperactive. I think you're ready to break out of this. Let's wind this podcast down. Let's take it home. because I don't want this to be the last time that we talk. As things progress, I want you to come back and talk more about you.
Okay.
We're starting to
Okay.
Your signal's starting to break up. I don't know if it's on your side or my side.
Okay.
This internet's terrible.
Okay.
But
the internet.
I always like to finish
How about
these.
now? Is that better?
Yeah, that sounds good. But I always like to finish these things off with last words for the people. You know, I know we got a little idea of who Kphu Shameer is and Blackstock Records. I'm going to put all the links to all your various social medias and all your music outlets in the show notes so people know where to go, where to find you. You know, if they slide into your DMs, I want them to, well, I mean, if ladies want some love, I guess you're open to that. Yeah. That's fine.
Most of the ladies, man. Yeah. Shout out DM. Some of that love. But always need some love.
You know, if somebody wants to collaborate with you, I encourage them to go to your Blackstock_Records Instagram and get into the DMs. You know, put a follow, put a like on all the stuff, and find out more. But Kphu Shameer, man, I've had a blast talking to you. I want you to come back, you know, as time progresses. But I want you to give some last words for the people. This could be words to live by, something that you heard a long time ago, or just whatever pops into your head at this moment in time. Kphu Shameer, give the last words for the people.
Yeah, never give up. Always believe in yourself. No matter what someone tells you, just be determined, put the plan together, strategize it, and make it happen. Don't forget to follow me on all my social sites. Instagram, Blackstock_Records. You also can follow me on Twitter, Kphu_Shameer. You also can follow me on my Spotify page and stream all my music, which is Kphu Shameer. I'm pretty sure my man Dan will have the link up there. Also follow me on Apple Music. Also follow me on YouTube, SoundCloud. It's all Kphu Shameer. That's how you. That's it right there. And I'm Kphu Shameer, rap artist, CEO, Blackstock Records. South Central LA. You know.
Well, there you have it, party people. Kphu Shameer. Follow him everywhere on all his socials and follow Blackstock_Records on Instagram as well. Yeah, Kphu. I mean, having a name like Kphu and, you know, Shameer, Kphu Shameer, definitely. That's a brand. You know, that's easy. You put that in your Google, you're going to find him everywhere. All over. Almost every hit is going to be him. I know he said he's got a few people that are trying to take credit for his name. So the only Instagram is the Blackstock_Records Instagram. Don't follow any other Kphu Shameers. They're fakes. They're fakes, I tell you. That's what happens when you get big. You know, people want to imitate you and try to make some money off your name. Hopefully, Kphu Shameer, you parlay those 103,000 Instagram followers into some kind of influencer. You know, make some money. It's not selling out. It's making some money. It's making a living. That's what you do. You know, if I had 103,000 Instagram followers, I'd probably be hawking wares. You'd see me with Doritos, my favorite. Taco Bell, yeah. Try Coca-Cola or Pepsi-Cola. I'd be selling out for sure. But man, you got a good head on your shoulders. You went all the way in school, got your BA, so people aren't going to take advantage of you. You know, you got the knowledge to try to limit those times when people try to take advantage. Yeah. So stay in school. Thank you so much, Kphu Shameer, for being on the What Makes You Famous podcast. I appreciate it. I look forward to talking to you again. I look forward to following you around on your social medias and hearing and seeing more from you. That's it for this edition of What Makes You Famous. Now, if you, yes, you, my loyal listener, if you'd like to tell your story, I encourage you to give me a call, 501-470-6386. Or email KeysDAN@AOL.com. That's it for me. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.